do something real quick. I know it says I'm streaming right now, but give me a minute. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
I'm so damn confused.
Do what?
I'm so damn confused.
It says I'm streaming right now, but give me a minute. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Nope.
Forgot to crank that down. Analytics.
4 million for the CEO office, bruh.
Shit ain't cheap, dog.
Why does everything have to be so damn expensive?
Because it's Rockstar. They're greedy as fuck. Did you forget about that?
For half a second.
Congregation of idiots.
Shut your ass up.
Anyway, what's going on, YouTube? Panzer39 today. In case you can't quite tell by my title, I have it titled "The Truth About Soldiers of Far Cry 5 / Adapted User." And the reason why I say / adapted user is because his PSN is obviously there we go. Got it. And for those of you guys who know me, I love exposing people, including supposed friends of mine. With the Fake Friend series that I do a lot. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm quite literally a hair away from death.
Okay, I can fix that for you.
Don't.
Why not?
Because I said don't, motherfucker, that's why. I'm trying to get the XP so I can try to get to my old fucking level before Rockstar fucking banned this account. Or, well, my GTA 5 account.
Shit.
Anyway, in case you guys haven't noticed, I love exposing old friends for who they actually are. I don't know about Ghost, but how he exposes old friends, but I am the person on my channel for the Untrue Friend series and exposes everyone for how they actually are and how they will actually treat you. And this one is not any different. If anything, this one's probably a lot worse out of all of them. And I'll tell you about it in a little bit on why. So, Adapted? If you're watching this, you can go ahead and testify that on your channel that none of this is true. But I have witnesses who's noticed it over the years. And they will all testify that it's every word about to come out of my mouth is real of what you have said. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, go grab a drink, go ahead, grab snacks. I'm not gonna force you to like and subscribe, but if you like what you see and you want more of my gaming content, go ahead and like and subscribe. And let's get into the video. So, I had originally met soldiers of Far Cry 6 through Ghost when me and him first started playing Breakpoint. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Ghost had invited Soldiers of Far Cry 6, aka adapted user, to the to our group and our party because he felt bad for how low level that adapted actually was. And when adapted first joined, he was somewhat nice. I mean, to Ghost at least. To me, he had a problem with me from day one and wouldn't tell me what the problem was. Gave me an attitude when I said, "Hey man, what's up?" And it wasn't real bad. I thought he was just having a bad day. But the longer that we remained friends up until yesterday,
What brings you in today?
the worse it got.
Better than when she came in, that's for sure.
And I've known Adapted for about 6 years, somewhere around there. 4 to 6 years, somewhere around there.
I've known him for about basically as long as GTA 5 has been out.
Goes I've known for about 13, 14 years. Because me and him actually met on the PS3 version of GTA when GTA first came out. Adapted, we wouldn't know about until a while later. A very while later. So, we started helping Adapted with leveling up his Breakpoint character because we felt bad for how low he was and how high level we were. And
yeah, I was the only one that had the most hours. I already had platinum. I have already completed the raid 3 to 4 times, and I was the highest level out of all of them. And I saw him, and I took pity on him.
And I could tell just by looking at him when he looked at me and Ghost's score levels, he had envy in his eyes. Which, if he sees something that he doesn't have, he immediately gets jealous of.
So yeah, for instance, I have everything unlocked on Ace Combat. He wanted that. I have everything unlocked on pretty much everything on Breakpoint. He wanted that too. So, out of the good friend I was, I helped him with it.
When Cop Cars first came to...
When it comes to GTA, when we run him Bogdan, which is the currency that how we run people money in GTA, he has the building to run the money, but he doesn't want to take the time when we offer him help to set it up.
Alright, let me finish real quick. Let me finish real quick.
Yeah, I'm just...
For example, on my end, when Cop Cars first came out, all of me, Ghost, Brandizer, and a few other people in our group had cop cars. I'm not gonna name names to keep their names anonymous, because that's a good friend that I am, and I can actually show you the.
We're actually being respectful and not telling the person that we're talking about's real name, because
like
it's none of people's business. But we should let them know who we're talking about.
Quit interrupting.
Goddamn, I'm just trying to fucking explain on my side. I'm also live too, remember?
When the police riot, the Signer LE Cruiser, the unmarked Cruiser, the Park Ranger, and their Interceptor, they call it Interceptor, came out. Most of us had most of those vehicles. Some of us didn't have the Park Ranger vehicle, but we had the others. And he wanted it. And then it wasn't until like the Bomb Dollar DLC from the Dorado Cruiser up to the Impeller LX Cruiser, or no, the Impeller SZ Cruiser to Impeller LX Cruiser, that he wanted those. And all he wanted was
My
the...
stream just stopped on... I don't know how, but okay, continue.
All he wanted was the Impeller SZ Cruiser. So, again, Free Ryan had money to get it. And then the most recent GTA update, the Agents of Sabotage DLC, the ones that... Motherfucker! I was in the middle of doing something, you fucking jackass!
Okay, Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. I got stuck. I'm sorry.
Karma is a bitch.
Karma is a bitch.
Now, as I was saying before I was interrupted.
By accident. Okay, my stream started now. Okay, that was weird.
When the Bomb Dollar DLC came out, like the most recent update that we're on, they came out with the Tyrannus Patrol, which is the Jeep Wrangler, the Ford F-150 Raptor, and a few others.
I don't know why my stream stopped.
A few other cop cars. He wanted it. He saw me and another player with the Coquette D10, which is based off the Corvette C8, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, I want that." All right, well, we can run you Bogdans, but I'm gonna need my Bogdans back. Oh, never mind. I'm not interested anymore. Fucking what? He wanted the car 4x4 or the car Pursuit. So they ran.
Get that.
They helped him getting that. I asked Ghost to run me some Bogdans for the Terminus Patrol and the car Pursuit, and I told him that however much you run me, I'll run you back at a later date. He ran me 6 to get both of them for just the initially buy and customizations both. I eventually I ran him his about roughly 6 or 7 days later because I had work most of the time that week. But on the other hand, Adapted never ran us our money back on GTA after we spent countless hours of running him his. When I was...
My bad.
Fucking the best mechanic
It's quit
in LS.
fucking running into back in my car! My car's already destroyed as is!
You have any problems?
Your car wouldn't hurry up.
God damn it, patient ass motherfucker! Anyway, to Ghost and everyone else, he treated with respect. Everyone else he treated like shit, but he treated me like shit more out of everyone. And there's been days that Ghost immediately joins the party, and it was me and Adept at the time. And as soon as Ghost joins the party, I immediately just dip out. Hey man, where'd you go? I'm not staying in the party with him. And for example, there's one day I was in a party, it was just me and Adapted. We were playing Fall 76. Same guy that was in my last live stream before everything went down.
What miracle did you want me to perform?
We didn't even make it 2 days.
The day he apologized,
He didn't even make it 2 days.
100%
he didn't even make it a full day.
For you, I mean, he hasn't
For
done
m-
anything to me yet. Oh god, my bad.
I just fixed the
damn it.
goddamn car.
What's wrong with her now?
Goddamn motherfucker flying in like your ass is on fire. But anyway,
Better break it like an egg before I fold you like an omelet.
That should do the trick.
Fuck it, I'm buying armor for this fucking car. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted again.
I didn't mean to rudely interrupt you. God damn.
For example, me and Adapter were in a Fallout 76 server, and I was helping him with his stuff, and all the things he claims he's done by himself, if he's ever said that on stream, he's lied about. I helped him with it. I helped him with his camp. Well, you did until you deleted 76, and then I was the one helping him most of the time.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like Breakpoint. Okay.
No, 76.
Okay.
His camp, I've helped him with all of the plans that he had, or he didn't have, and I gave. I helped him with it. Ammo. I spent countless resources of my own to make him ammo. I crafted him his first power armor set, which is that excavator, which you guys see me run around in a lot because it helps carry extra weight. It's...
That reminds me, I need to change my cord. Anyways, continue.
There was one day, it was just me and him in that one party, in that one server, and he claims that I treat him like shit, but from the day we met, he's treated me like nothing but shit. And I don't think Ghost has noticed until a couple months, or not a couple months, but a couple years after Adapted started showing more aggressive signs. And I mean a lot more aggressive signs. At one point, I had Adapted go off on me because I was trying to help him in Fallout 76. He told me, I don't need your fucking help. I got this on my own goddamn will. And then he goes down, and then it begs me for help. I told him, no, you said you don't need my fucking help. And that you can do it on your own goddamn will, so no, you get to deal with it on your own. He then proceeds to cuss me out, calling me every name underneath the sun. Anywhere from a bitch all the way to racial slurs. Because yes, he was racist at the time. And I'm pretty sure he's starting to slowly bring back those racial slurs as well.
For an example, also out of that racistness, he's also feminist towards women as well, and sexist. But what I've noticed.
He claims that he's a good person, that he's easy to get along with. No, he's not.
Not after the couple of days from what we witnessed, no.
He is the most...
There was a new person.
He is the most difficult, most stubborn, most selfish person I've ever met in my entire life.
And most unconsiderate. Don't forget about that.
He doesn't care about...
Doesn't appreciate the things that we helped him get. Doesn't even say thank you.
Alright, let me finish mine real quick. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. And he claims that... And he's not just all that, but he's also hypocritical. Nosy as hell. You can get off a phone call with someone who we're on the phone with.
That's none of your business. I could say I was on the phone with your mother asking about your birthday present. Still none of your
there
business.
was one day I was getting a phone call from I believe I was living in a town 3 minutes away from me. I'm not going to say the name of the town, but I believe I was living in that town, and I had gotten a phone call from my mother because I had a surprise for her birthday that one day. I had my alarm, or I had my ringtone going off.
Hey, Heifer, how you?
And as soon as I answer my phone, Adapted goes, "Who are you talking to?" I put my mother on mute, and I told him, "None of your fucking business. Now mind your own." He's like, "Well, you don't have to be so fucking rude about it. I was only asking." If I wanted you to know who I was talking to, I would have let you know. Now mind your own fucking business. Now, if it's something that genuinely concerns everybody, then I mute, let them know, hey, this is who's on the phone, and here's what's going on. Like, if it's a problem with one of the group members, we all have each other's back in several of our RP groups, including our friend groups. We have each other's backs no matter what, but he doesn't have your back. You try to reach out a helping hand, and he just tells you, good luck, figure it out on your own. I don't know if Ghost was there that one day, but I asked Adapted to help me out with... I actually asked Adapted on GTA to help me out with something, and Adapted said, no, I'm too lazy, this is what I'm going to do instead. And...
talking to a blank wall sometimes.
No, it's not even like talking to a blank wall, it's more talking to like a dog that has special needs. It's like talking to a dog that has, like, 2 missing chromosomes. Dog just looks at you like, huh? But when, and another thing about Adapted, he uses his disability for excuse for everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hanging on the guy for his disability. No, that's not.
Both me and Panzer have disabilities, but
I'm not bringing.
I'm just. By the way, for a disclaimer, I'm just telling the story of between the friendship and what I've noticed that hurts me, that hurts my friends. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking shit about the person you're talking about. He might, but not me.
He brings his disability into everything. Like you say. Well, can you run me Bogdan? I can't because the disability, and I'm like, bro, you use your disability for everything. I have a disability, but you don't see me bringing it up. He doesn't take accountability for anything that he does. I'm pretty sure he was raised to where if he does something wrong, he just gets a slap on the wrist and told, don't do it again. I'm like 90% sure he wasn't disciplined at all growing up. Adapted is manipulative, lying, hypocritical, never has your back. He's always claiming that he has something to do when he's doing nothing. Selfish as hell. Not only is he selfish, but he's also greedy. He's actually claimed stolen valor and impersonation of a police officer on numerous occasions. Everybody who's served, and who doesn't, even people who hasn't served, knows what. If you bring up the words, what's an A10, what sounds does an A10 make? Or what's a Mark 19 grenade launcher? Or not Mark 19 grenade launcher. Or if you just bring up what's a Mark 19, most people would say the Mark 19 is a fully automatic grenade launcher. Which, yes, it is. But this dude claimed to be a Marine. And said... And I knew the Marines used Mark 19 grenade launchers. I go, alright, what's a Mark 19? Is it a machine gun? No. It's a fully automatic grenade launcher, so it's a machine gun. It's a fully automatic grenade launcher. A fully automatic grenade launcher and a machine gun are 2 different things. and then he wants to argue with you when you know you're right, and then when you even bring up evidence about it, that doesn't mean anything.
And he's like, you must have got that off of Wikipedia. No, I got it off the website of where it was developed from, which is open to the public. Anyone can research any weapon.
I've actually
Oh shit!
caught him in a stolen valor lie, saying that, oh, I was a Marine. I flew Apaches. Apaches is Army.
He'll be talking about the Viper.
The Viper.
Ow.
The AH-Z1 Viper, I believe, is what the Marines use. Can't remember what the proper designation is for
What's wrong
the
with her now?
Viper now. I think it might be the AH-Z1
All patched up.
gunship, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, bro goes, no, Apaches are used by the Marines. No, Apaches are used by the Army.
Apaches were never used by the Marines. It was an Army issue only. Just like the A-10 is well, it was originally an Air Force, but then they gave it to the fucking Marines. But continue.
Dude claimed that, and dude made this claim actually. It was after the Marines had their tanks taken away. The Marines have tanks. No, they had tanks. They had got it taken away. No, they didn't. Adapted? Yes, they did. How do you know? Because it made news. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of websites that the...
Say something real quick, just for a second. It's storming outside, so if my stream ends again, you know why. Okay, continue.
Anyway, before I was rudely, not rudely, but before I was interrupted by him saying that. Anyway, there's a couple websites that the U.S. military post on, giving updates of what's going on in each armed forces. And I follow some of them. The Coast Guard, I don't really care about. I mean, I just follow them because of all the drug raids that they've been doing. The Air Force, because of some of the fucking accidents that they fucking have, because some of them are incompetent pilot error.
The one I care about is the Force in the Army. I don't really care about the Marines. The Navy.
I follow a lot about the Marines because... Oh, what's up, man? Anyway, I follow mainly about the Marines because, I mean, the Marines are a badass military group, as like the Armies are. The Army is a badass group.
I don't respect the Marines, it's just I don't very much care for them as much as I do the Army.
The Navy, I don't really keep up with. I check on that page from time to time. The latest one was from sometime in February when the USS Harry Truman got in a collision. But I brought that up, took multiple screenshots, sent it to the group that me, Adapted, and Ghost were in, and said, had the article circled in that exact paragraph of the Marines had their tanks taken away. Adapted used his AI reader to read it out loud and goes, that's not real. Bro, it's from the DMD or not DMD. It's from the DOD themselves.
I forgot what DOD means.
Department of Defense.
Oh.
I was like, it's from the DOD themselves.
I'm pretty sure I can't, I actually do remember this one part. He's like, what the fuck is the DOD? And me, I'm like, I'm curious, because I just now recently forgot. But I was also curious, I'm like, but to me personally, to myself, and then I pulled out my phone, DOD, and it said Department of Defense. And then Panzer goes, it's Department of Defense. What's that? And we both slapped our foreheads.
This dude claimed to be a Marine, but doesn't do his research on the vehicles that's used. I know the Marines use Humvees, just like the Army uses Humvees. I know they use the AAVs, which is the amphibious assault vehicles, which is like a fucking transformer.
If you ask a question about anything about aircraft related, I'm the person. He's the person that talks about tanks and shit.
Alright, let me finish.
Adapted, I don't know.
That's just stupid. He doesn't really know anything.
Your words, not mine.
And Adapted, no offense, but you really don't do your research, which makes you look highly stupid.
At least I do my research.
Because you talk about stuff, but then when we pull out the card of no, you're wrong, you pull out the card of you're an effing idiot, you're a fucking idiot, you're a fucking idiot, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about card, and I'm like, no, I do know what I'm talking about. Here's what it's actually supposed to be.
Better than new.
Sorry, I had to do something. Anyway.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, I just got that treasure for the pistol. But anyway,
Excuse me.
I've caught him in so many lies, called him out for it. The latest one that I've caught him on, he claimed that he was an electrician making $100 an hour. No electrician gets paid $100 an hour.
So then he asked me, because my father is an electrician. And he asked me, how much does my father make? And I told him.
I've called not Ronnie. I've called Adapted out so many times on that. Well, it's true, I do make $100 an hour. Well, then your father or your grandfather can get in trouble with the government because that's breaking several tax laws right there. And I was like, do you get paid by... I was like, do you get taxes taken out of your paycheck? No. Okay, well, he runs a company. For one, he has bills to pay. For two, does he pay taxes on that company? No. Now, how's that company still afloat after all this time? Because if he's not paying taxes, he can get his government, or the government can shut down his company. Though they can. Actually, yeah, they actually can. So last time I was like, not only is your uncle not paying taxes on the company, that's considered tax evasion, which last time I checked is a federal crime. And he claims that he's always broke. But yeah, he's making over 100 an hour, and I'm like, how you broke if you're making 100 an hour?
You should probably get out of here soon too.
If he was making $100 an hour, just divided by 15% of what taxes do, he would be getting a little over $2,000 a week, realistically. And that's with taxes being taken off, 2,000, right around 2,500.
And he's over here. I'm always broke, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, then quit spending your fucking money. No, you don't tell me what to do. Bro, I'm trying to help you, because you keep claiming you're broke. I was like, yes, I have a money spending issue, but I try to at least save mine. And he just doesn't want to listen to reason. At one point, I'm like 90% sure he actually threatened me on numerous occasions. Ghost has actually asked if I was okay at one point. I said yep and left. What?
What's at the gun van right now? Ugh. 625,000 and just continue.
But I've told Ghost so many times of what Adapted has said. He confronts Adapted. No, he's lying about that. I didn't get asked, hey, are you lying about this? No. Just tell me the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. I was like, I have nothing to hide. And then Ghost goes back to asking Adapted. And Adapted immediately retracts that one statement and goes with another statement. And I'm over here just absolutely confused. I'm like, you retract one statement, but come up with another statement to make me look like the bad guy even more than I already should be. From the moment, like I said, guys, from the moment he's met me, he's treated me like nothing but absolute shit. And there's been days that my friends try to get me online, and I'm just, nope, sorry, I'm busy. Or, sorry, you can't do that. In all reality, I want to join, but since Adapted's in the party, I don't join at all. And I got asked one day, why don't I ever join the party when Adapted's in? And I finally told him, you want to know the reason why? Here's the reason why. And I tell him, I've been verbally cussed out and verbally abused by Adapted on numerous occasions. Even before everyone else joined the party. And when everyone joins, they're like, hey man, you guys ready? I'm getting off, I'll see you guys later. And just hop off the game. Not even an explanation of what happened, just hops off. Everyone tries calling me to see what happened. I'm just, nope, not talking. And at one point, Ghost has actually called me so many times that I've ignored his calls and said, if you want to talk to me, text me, because I'm not in the mood to call.
But, dude, because, you know, I actually give a shit, I say, come on, dude, call me. And eventually I call him, he says okay, he answers, then he tells me what's wrong. I'm the only person that has the authority to say, please call me, I want to know what's going on. And he says okay, and then he answers the phone. You don't want to ride?
No, I'm trying to do this treasure hunt.
Oh. Look out below. Or above.
Ow.
My bad. I said above. I meant above, not below.
But Adapted's verbally abused me on so many times, and there's been times that he's verbally abused me when everyone else was in the party. And everyone shut him down on that real quick. And at one point, Adapted's exact words were, "You're a man, so you could take this verbal abuse." I'm not the type of person.
Me personally, I don't think anyone should go through verbal or any type of abuse.
I've dealt with his shit. I've dealt with his shit for so long that it's just everyone's like, "Hey, let's hop on." Sorry, got something planned that day. Kinda can't. And I immediately just hop off and go to a different game.
I'm stuck on this fucking tree.
And I get asked, "Hey, you want to hop on today?" Nope, God, I got something planned on a different game with another friend. It eventually got to a point that my other friends had been asking me what's going on, why haven't I been joining much, and what can they do to help resolve a problem that I have.
Uh-oh.
I tell them I'm fine. I don't really need any assistance or anything. I eventually cave and tell them exactly what's going on. Well, one day, Adapted joined the party and tried to go off on me again.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Ow.
I didn't know you were there.
Adapted had... They all knew that one day Adapted was about to go off on me, and he immediately gets shut down with the words of, "Don't you go off on him, because if you go off on him, we're going off on you."
I was the one that said that, and I was the party owner too.
And
if he was going to lay one rude tone towards anybody, I was going to kick it was to everybody. If anyone was rude in that party, I was going to kick them. And then, what does Adapted do? He becomes rude and he got kicked. Because I didn't want to deal with that bullshit.
God damn, I don't even know where the fuck this one rock formation is.
What rock? Which one are you talking about?
If you watch my screen, you'll see.
I don't think I can watch your screen while I stream. Oh, no, I can. It was...
Somewhere in the area, and I don't know exactly where.
It's probably gonna... Hold on.
Hold up.
Found it. It's over here. In this area. At least I think it is.
I don't fucking do good with black and white pictures, apparently. But anyway.
Anyways. We both said that at the same time.
Adapted's problem is he doesn't take responsibility for anything. Blames other people for his own doing. Or blames his disability for his problems. But yet, we try to tell him not to do that. And we get told, we don't know what we're talking about, please leave me alone. But yeah, we try to tell Adapted, hey, you can't be using your disability as an excuse. And his exact words were, I can use my disability as an excuse if I please.
I mean, again, that he has his own voice of opinion, but due because of so many things that happen, he doesn't really. We don't consider him using his First Amendment because he abuses that First Amendment too much. That's to everyone. It's not just to me. It's not just to Panzer. It's to everybody. We don't let him speak until we ask him something.
And
these wheels are.
the screw it, I'll do the treasure hunt later. There was one day. Please don't.
Oh God.
There was. It was actually the day I made the calling out adapted user. And the reason why I say dude is hypocritical tells me that I'm being rude, but doesn't have being rude and disrespectful, but he's rude and disrespectful to a member that night.
My member, by the way.
And no one else heard it, but I did. But I asked nicely twice that night because I had to kill a headache. And one other member was trying to ask me a question. And I said, everyone, please stop yelling. Everyone continues yelling at each other. Everyone, please stop yelling. They keep yelling at each other again. Eventually, I just snapped and said, everyone, shut the fuck up. And nobody heard, but I did. But Adapted had told me to shut the fuck up, mind my own goddamn business, and stop fucking yelling at people. And that me yelling at people was not necessary.
It was at the time because no one was listening.
I've tried.
First 2 times. Then I come in 30 minutes later and said, everyone shut the fuck up and go to game chat. And then my member then catches an attitude with me. And then Panzer, being my staff, says, okay, quit. So, but then that issue was resolved.
But
then, 24 hours later,
for me, it was 22 hours. I have the time somewhere. Give me 1 second.
I'm pretty sure he opened up his clock and just did a stopwatch and named it.
Nope.
How long until Adapted betrays me?
Stopwatch.
Go.
22 hours, 23 minutes, and 42 seconds was the exact time that it took for Adapted to betray me the very next day. That night, Ghost got Adapted into a party with me.
Because I wanted him, I was like, okay, well, if you have
Oh,
a problem
dead
with
Kyle.
someone, if you have a problem with someone, you tell them what the issue is instead of going to their friend and talking shit about them. You go to them and you tell them what's wrong. So then, but one thing led to another, and they kept talking over each other, and Panzer couldn't say what he wanted to say to Adapted, and Panzer then eventually left, and then right after that, Adapted started talking shit right after he left.
So
Calling him names that he shouldn't.
and that
Me as a friend, and another friend said you shouldn't be talking to him like that, about him like that. I get you don't like him, but you shouldn't be talking to him about him like that when he doesn't do that to you.
So in that whole party between me and Adapted was you treat me like shit, and I tell him, give me one example of when I treat you like shit. And he's like, every fucking day you treat me like shit every day, and I'm like, you treat me like shit more than everyone else. But the moment I stand up for myself, I get treated like shit worse by you. And he goes, no, I don't. I've had Ghost hear you call me names. And it wasn't even just one time either. It was on numerous occasions. Like, numerous for me. From like the first or second day that we've met was when I've been treated like crap by him. And I tried to defend myself. Adapted kept talking over me, and I had my mouth shut up until a certain time. Then I just had enough, and I just straight up went off on Adapted, talking over him. And at one point, Adapted told me, "Shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of talking. You listen to me." And I'm like, "You're not doing the same, so why should I listen to you? You're being a hypocrite." And Adapted goes, "You don't have a right to call me a hypocrite." And I quite literally sent a message to Ghost like, "Do I have a right to call him a hypocrite though?"
I mean, yes and no. No one should be calling each other names at the end of the day, but dude, from his track record, he kind of deserved it, but I'm not here talking shit. I'm just saying the shit that we've been through for the past 6 years and the things he's done to everyone. I'm not the only victim here, but I'm not here talking shit. And also my stream stopped like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what's going on. But again, full disclaimer, the only reason why I'm talking is because if he asks me any questions, I answer them, and we're also telling the full story of how the beginning went to what it is now.
So,
oh my God.
my thing is, and I don't tell anyone how to live their life and who to be friends with. But if you guys do want to be friends with Adapted, be careful, because take it from my experience, because I've been backstabbed by him about 21 times already. Another one of our friends, who I'm keeping their name also anonymous, they've been betrayed 19 or 20 times.
We could just say our tournament affairs officer.
I've been backstabbed more by 1 or 2 than he has. Adapted never takes blame for anything, and when he apologizes, it's just a generic "I'm sorry" that you would hear from a toddler. Not even making that one up.
See, at least when I apologize, I say why I'm sorry, and if I also make a disclaimer saying, if I forgot anything, please remind me what I did so I can apologize for that too. And I actually mean my apology.
I've had, every time Adapted apologized, saying "I'm sorry," I go, "For what?" And he's like, "For this, and this, and I don't know what else I did wrong." And you can even ask Ghost. I literally write down a list of everything that he does, and then immediately start, the next time he apologizes, I go, "And?" He's like, I'm sorry for...
It's like Panzer's crossing off everything he's done on a list just to see if he says sorry for it.
Quite literally, at one point I had 3 pages worth of a little notebook, and all you hear is every time Adapted apologizes, it says, check, check, check. And Adapted had apologized for 3 things and claims, "I don't know what else I did." And then goes quietly, hear me go, this, 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 this. Oh, and don't forget about this, this, and this.
Oh, hey, one more thing. And this.
And that's like, I never said that.
If he's written it down of what you said, then he's...
And I quite literally, at one point, pulled up audio recordings of everything that he said. And that's like, that's not me.
No one besides me was in the party. I was his witness.
I was like, okay, and then who the...
I said.
And I go, okay, and then who the fuck was it? Casper the fucking friendly ghost, or Casper the non-friendly ghost? Who the fuck was it?
It was Ghost. No, the fuck it wasn't.
Ghost doesn't sound anywhere near you. No. And I told Ghost, I was like...
Ghost, me, sounds like, my balls have been dropped and I have a deeper voice compared to him.
And here's the thing, I told Ghost, I was like, and take no offense to this, and I told him, I was like, and Ghost won't even be able to recreate your voice even if he wanted to.
I would have to have AI to do that shit. Like I do voice impressions and shit, and some of them are good, but I can't fucking do carrot. I can't fucking do, like, real people. I'm not like that guy off of TikTok that can literally sound like everybody.
And I told...
And I'm pretty sure Panzer knows what I'm talking about. The one that sounds like fucking Will Smith and Mark Wahlberg.
No, I don't know.
With black hair.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
but I've called Adapted out on so many things. He claims it's not him. And at one point, he kept lying, and I come off to tell him, dude, cut your bullshit, quit fucking lying. I'm not lying. And I've decided that on so many occasions. I'm pretty sure Ghost hears that in his fucking sleep.
I hear wah 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 every time I fall asleep.
And like,
that, or you know, my love interest fucking kicking me in the middle of the night is pretty much everything. But I don't really need to get into all that. Continue.
At one point, after some of the shit that Adapted had said, yeah, it starts to be pretty emotional. And some of the things that he's done, I've had friends on the phone until I fell asleep, emotional. And every time I call Adapted out, it's just the same old story. I have a disability, so I'm okay to say what I need to say. And I've told Adapted on so many times, you cannot use your disability for excuse for everything. Yeah, okay. I was like, so if you get caught for a murder, what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna use my excuse. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. And the court of law, that's not gonna work. Because
if you're mentally insane, that's a different fucking story. Because then you'll just go to a 5150 and stay there for the rest of your life.
And I told Adapted that if he's not mentally insane, nah, he's not using his excuse just to get out scot-free. He's actually going to be doing some. He's going to be doing some work in a jail cell. And he goes...
They ain't gonna know, the justice system ain't gonna fucking just slap on the wrist and say, don't do it again.
Which I'm pretty sure is how he was raised to begin with.
I mean, no offense, but he has to use daddy's money. Before he got a job. And I don't even think he has a job. I think he just still uses daddy's money. But that's my opinion.
Oops.
That's a tank.
I may or may not have just accidentally murdered some dude with my car. Anyway. But no, I've called Adapted out so many times that Adapted's not even wanting to listen to any reasoning. But when it comes to me messing up one time, I get looked at as the bad guy. But when, and it's not from everybody, it's just from him specifically. But when he messes up, he expects, oh, it's gonna be okay, you're not in trouble type move. He's gotten that a couple of times, and when I brought that up,
Oh shit.
everyone goes, well, it's because he has this ability. I'm like, he's using that to your guys', using that to his advantage to get you guys to feel bad for him. And when I brought that up, everyone was like, no, he's not. Wait, yeah, he is. Because at the time, I knew exactly what he was doing. And he was trying to get people to feel bad for him. But it wasn't working on me. After a certain time, it wasn't working out in his favor for me more. And that's when he started going to Ghost and all the other members and all of his other friends to have them show pity. And this worked with Ghost and a few other people for a little bit of time. But then eventually they saw right through what he was doing. And that's when he called us an asshole, that we don't know what we're doing, that we're stupid, that we should give him chances more than anyone else should because of his disability. And I said no. And going back to last night in that party, before I decided to make a video calling out, or the party came after I called out Adapted. But anyway, I've called out, after I called out Adapted in that video, he goes to add me to a party. Or, no, not add me. He goes to add him to a party, so goes to adds him to a party. And the moment Ghost adds Adapted into the party, Adapted goes straight for me. Doesn't say, hey guys, how you guys doing? Starts tearing into me. And I'm not gonna lie, I interrupted him a couple of times to try to get my point across, to try to kind of defend myself. He's like, you treat me like shit? Alright, explain the time outside of RP or outside the party that I do. All the goddamn time you treat me like shit, because you treat me like shit first, so I treat you like shit right back to give you a taste of your own medicine. I don't treat you like shit, I treat you with respect. Actually, no, you actually don't. I have witnesses proving that you really don't. And at one point, he starts yelling at me because I'm not letting him speak. I tell him, you're not letting me say what I need to say. He goes, fuck you, your opinions don't fucking matter right now. You gotta listen to me. And I said, you know, I'm not dealing with this. I'm dipping the fuck out of here. I'm not listening to him anymore. Before I left, he's like, you lost me as a good friend. And I told him, dude, you were never a good friend to me. He's like, you want to be my friend again? I told him, I was like, He's like, if you want to be my friend, get top. I don't want you as my friend after what you did. I don't want you as my friend ever. That bridge has been crossed and burned. And I told him, I left you on one side of that river gorge, and I'm on the complete other side. Just watching you, or having you watch me walk away. And he's like, blah, 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 and I told him I'm not doing this anymore. He doesn't want to listen to what I have to say. Goodbye, and I left. And from what I was told when I left, he called me a pussy, that I left the party, that I was selfish. I'm like 9% sure I was told that I was selfish. That his family was part of an organization that I am not going to speak of. And that he had people out looking for me that wanted to kill me. Which, when I got told that, I immediately told them, I've heard that threat from him before. I know it's an empty threat. I know it's adapted trying to get me to be paranoid for the rest of my life.
Well, that's not gonna work because he's got friends watching. Panzer's got friends watching his back.
And not only do I have friends watching my back,
Oh shit!
but adapted, there's a song that Jason Aldean had said that I'm going to quote. Try that in a small town. Now here's the thing. I don't even live in a town. I live in a village.
I was born in a small town, so.
Funny thing is, adapted, I'm not even in a small town. I'm in a small village of less than 2,000 people. And I don't know how tight-knit this whole village is, but my family's already friends with a law enforcement officer.
The sheriff lives in my neighborhood in Nye County, so.
And I'm pretty sure that if he's on duty and he sees my address he sees my parents' address come across his screen, I guarantee he's gonna go mock fuck to that address. And you say you have family that want me dead? I call your bluff on that one, because I have a feeling that none of your family even knows about me.
And it's kind of hard because you only remember his old last name. I'm the only one out of the entire friend group that knows his full new name.
Well, you and
your address.
Well, here's the thing. The only one that knows, besides you, that knows my whole new name is another member. Actually, two other members, actually. It's him and another one. They both know what my old last name and new last name is. But only one of them knows, besides my family, knows exactly what my full new legal name is.
I'm the only one I'm the only one out of the friend group that knows his full new legal name besides his family. And I'm the only one out of the friend group that knows his address too.
And see,
Andrew's the only one that knows my address.
And see, Adapted, your empty threats, they're not gonna work on me.
I'm a 9/11 too, so look up. I miss.
At first, your empty threats had me paranoid when we first met. No, your empty threats don't have any effect on me anymore. Because that's all I know is they're empty threats. And the words about what we do in my family is we write bullets with that person's name and go hunt down. I don't buy that story one bit.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure Ghost doesn't buy that story either. I sure as hell don't buy that.
I have half of my family members are in the fucking military, so fuck around and find out.
I got some of mine that's in the military. I got some of mine that's law enforcement.
I got some of them are SWAT. I have some of them that are SWAT that are sergeants in the SWAT department. I have multiple in the fucking sheriff's department, multiple in the police department. I have multiple family members that are special forces.
Oh, and the funny thing is, Adapted, you really don't want to come after me. Because my family that's military and or police, those are the least of your worries. The most of your worry, I'm living with a guy who's part of a large brotherhood, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And
you know what you mean?
I have a feeling he doesn't. And I've met some of the people in his brotherhood. And I'm
Yeah,
not
just for shits and giggles, is it the brotherhood that protects the apple?
I'll text.
That's just a joke.
I'll text it to
I
you
know
later.
what it is. I'm just making a joke of Assassin's Creed. It was just a little joke.
It's-
Because I was gonna play that in a little bit. Continue.
I've met some of the members, and they're all real nice people. Until you come after one of their brother's family member, and then they're not so understandable.
They're like, you're gonna not be walking with kneecaps no more. Probably.
And I'm not gonna say exactly what they all carry, but I'll let you guess. And
Explosives.
if anything was happened to me, or anyone else in my family, they will hunt you down. They will hunt the people responsible for it. Everyone's gonna be, oh, call 911. For them, there ain't no 911. They are the 911.
It's just like that thing. We need ammo. I am the ammo.
They won't even report you to the cops. They won't even report you to feds.
Boss.
Shut the fuck up, mechanic.
Car is...
Oh, well.
1.7. I don't got 1.7. I got 87,000. What about this bike? Oh, I can get the bike. I can get the bike.
But anyway, they won't take too kindly about their brother's family members being injured. And here's the thing, Adapted. If your family really is coming for me, and they put me in the hospital, you and them are paying my hospital bill. And I'll make sure that the Brotherhood knows about that.
You're gonna be paying a lot of debt, my friend.
You're gonna be in so much debt that your grandchildren are gonna be paying off my medical bill. If you ever do have children, because I don't buy for a single fact that you have a girlfriend.
I do.
I don't buy that he has a girlfriend.
No, I said I.
No, I'm not talking about you.
I know. I'm saying I'm just guessing. One man moved, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's 12:24. So, oh fuck, oh fuck. Hey, what's up? I just saw you pass by.
I'm trying to look for the service rifle parts so I can get the freaking gas.
But
All the parts are
adapted, like I said, I don't buy for a fact your story. You're just fabricating stories on the spot to try to get everyone to feel bad for you or to be fearful of you. It's not gonna work, my man. Just give it up. Because all you're doing is just digging yourself a bigger hole. And trust me, it's not what anyone wants. I cared about you as a friend up until you betrayed me for the last time. I should have gone with the betray.
I consider you a acquaintance. You lost the respect of brother after you talk shit about my friends. That's
See,
not what
I should have followed the shame on me or shame on me once or whatever.
Shame on you first, shame on you second. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you.
I should have gone by that. Betraying me once, shame on me. Betray me twice, or no, betray me once, shame on you. Betray me twice, shame on me. I should have gone with that. But I gave you 18 more chances, more than I should have.
I kind of feel like it's my fault because I was the one wanting to abuse. So if anything, I'm the one to blame for causing everyone else. So if anything, it's my fault.
So that
That's
then,
just-
I'm glad you're no longer in the RP servers. Because you never RP as a good cop. And that corrupt cop bullshit that you pulled that one night in RP, you pulled the wrong person. Okay.
What?
I went 102 into LS Customs. It didn't even register that I went in until I hit the mechanic in LS Customs. I'll have you show, or I'll let you see that later. The timestamp is going to be, it's gonna be like 1 hour and probably 16 minutes or somewhere around there. But anyway, you pulled my character over and go, yeah, I'm a corrupt cop looking for cash. You don't announce that you're a corrupt cop. That's not how corrupt cops work.
You egg it on, be like, well, I can let this tick go if I have some compensation. That's how that works.
I'll forget everything I saw for some compensation or other goods and services, if you know what I mean, stuff like that, obviously. But the fact that you pulled my character over in her 2002 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning and said that I'm a corrupt cop looking for cash, My character flipped your character off the whole time to the glove box. Pulled out the pistol that she's illegally carrying from her mother's gun safe. Pulled it up and pulled 2 shots off and hit your head twice. And the funny thing was, if I did take your corrupt character out, Ghost was going to take him out.
Because I was playing as John Wick that night.
And the funny thing was, Isla, the character I was playing as, was raised not to take shit from anybody. And the funny thing was, I had switched over to, because you were playing as, I believe, State that day. Before you decided to leave State.
No, if we're talking about that, if we're talking about him playing as the club cop with your lightning, he was playing first.
Well, I know he
He
was.
stopped a long time ago as State. He never wanted to be State. That's why he went to Sheriff's Play.
Because last time I remember, he was still in State until that night. That's what I remember. Anywho, the funny thing was I switched over to my male character to bring a sheriff's deputy over to help out with Blank County Sheriff's Office. He comes up. So, hey, what's going on? Yeah, we need you to go secure a cop car. Why was the officer? Dead. What do you mean dead? 2 shots to the head. My character rolls up, sees it's your character. Fuck. What? I know who this guy is. Who? Corrupt cop of Blank County Sheriff's Office. And Ghost's character thought my character was joking, and then my character's just giving this look of, I'm telling the truth on this one. That's a corrupt cop. Oh fuck! I had a corrupt cop in my department.
So then I arrest him, and his character was all, you know, doing racial slurs, calling his own boss pig when he is a pig.
And the funny thing was, my male character.
Goes, you realize you're also a pig, right?
And
you were a cop until today.
And the funny thing was, my male character who I was playing as, he was, I believe he was a major, and it's like, bro, you're calling your own boss a fucking pig, but yet you're a pig as well.
Like,
well,
when we say major, he's talking about major sheriff. Can't remember. I would have to look at my
well, the rank is major.
Or would it be major deputy?
I don't think it'll be major deputy. I think it's just major.
I'll look again.
Because I know in the city, it's like sheriff, lieutenant, major. So I think the police department follows the same thing. Well, we'll look up later. If I'm wrong, I'll make a video about that. But anyway, he never played as a good cop. And when he played,
at first maybe, but then the years go on and he started getting worse. He never really wanted to stay around for more than 2 scenes.
not even that. Like, even at the beginning, he was a horrible cop. Bro's played this game with us.
As the years stretched out, it became like more like if there was a scene that involves someone's gonna hate me or blah blah blah, he was like, oh, this unit number 1042, 107 for time. Then we finally just made a rule.
What miracle did
No
you
one
want me to perform?
goes off duty until the session owner, as cop, goes off duty.
That should do the trick.
Which was meaning if I was playing as cop and it was my session tonight, and it was my server, and so I go off duty, then he goes off duty.
But even then, he never played as a good cop, even in the beginning. Like, he's played this game with us for like 4-5 years, somewhere around there. He has not once tried to learn his directions, and he's like, he doesn't even do callouts. Like, he could be in a 1080, where? And for like 20 minutes, dead silence. We could try.
I'm over here having to break our rules just to use my map just to find him.
At least with, here's the thing, with me, I don't know my directions in GTA, but I know exactly the direction to travel, which every time someone takes a, for example, we were in a 1080 one day, I was playing as my male sheriff character, and I go, 1080, and they're like, where? We're going on to Joshua towards Panorama. We just turn left onto Panorama, turn left onto the interstate. We're going towards Toledo.
So, and my original thought, okay, so he's going north on 13, and was already in Grapeseed at the time. So I got to secondary pretty quickly.
And then
I was playing as the sheriff that night. So I'm like 181 secondary. I'm going to be taking callouts. You focus. And then his character 10-4. And that person, he was right on that person's ass. And then out of nowhere, that person that we were chasing then started to shoot at us. So we then backed off a little bit. Still chasing him, but backed off. And then now, because they were shooting at us, then that means lethal force was authorized, threatening a peace officer, and we were allowed to pit now because he started shooting at us.
And the thing was, traffic was heavy, so I wasn't going to pit. But he fired, I was still lead, he fired my car twice, and so I just started blasting outside my windshield. I blasted rounds through my windshield into his car and killed him, and it was actually adapted that night. He goes, you can't shoot outside your windshield. Actually, yes you can. You shot at me, you hit my vest, and you hit my shoulder, so lethal force immediately became authorized. And so, just because you shot at me, lethal force, since it was authorized, means I can have any means necessary to take you out, whether it's pit or neutralize you while the vehicle is moving.
Which also, if he's shooting, I mean, like protecting yourself also, you're allowed to defend yourself. So you draw your weapon and you shoot from your vehicle if you have to.
And here's the thing, I made sure not to shoot when there was a lot of people around. Like if there were like 3-4 cars, I shot. If there's more than 5, nope, I immediately try to get close. And then he argues about, oh, I'm not really dead. Actually, that character is dead. No, it's not. What happened to the rule of... It's like, what's that rule of... You need to ask permission to kill off that character. Actually, that character fired a law enforcement, so that rule immediately got negated.
Now, if it is a storyline character, then that's different. You take that character out on your own terms.
But the thing was, he was using a throwaway character, and he explicitly said, I don't care if this character gets killed. This is just a throwaway character.
Okay.
But, Adapted, you need to change your ways. Because eventually you're going to threaten the wrong person, and they're going to lay your ass out so hard, either you're going to be in a coma for a while, or you're no longer going to become a problem. And that's not a threat from me. Because I don't threaten people at all, unless I actually have to. I'm just telling you, you need to change your ways before someone actually does kill you.
I'm just saying, I have so much evidence on you, primarily for threatening people. Like, there was one point where I was not mentally okay, and Panzer also has the proof of what you said to a lot of people, caused me to feel that way. So he can take that to the police and charge you for what's the charge again? I can't fucking remember.
I can get conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy for murder for hire.
No, for me, about if I was,
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Because he actually said that about you as well. I have like probably 12 different charges, including you said I will go to Ghost's house and break into it just to kill him. That's premeditated and burglary right there. So I could got you for burglary and attempted first murder.
I'll just let Panzer scream no. I live in Texas, so fuck around and find out. We have what's called a stand your own act, so if you break in my house, I can choose whatever weapon I have in my house. So if I have katanas, bow and arrows, crossbows. I have a lot of fucking weapons in my house. So would you like to choose to live, or would you rather choose to die?
Alright, let me finish. I have enough on him, and for me, the list is slightly, keyword, slightly longer. I can get you for all that, plus impersonating a law enforcement officer, impersonating a border patrol officer, actually, because I remember that. Impersonating SWAT, impersonating sheriff.
He said that
Stolen valor.
He said he was protecting the border between
Canada.
The top of the U.S. That border.
I could get you for.
I called him on his bullshit is because I have a family member that is high ranking in the border patrol, and I was like, hey, does this person such and such is part of the post for Canada? And he searches up his name and says, absolutely not. I was like, because the one that isn't a family member protects Texas and Mexico.
All right.
So
let me finish. I could also get you for stolen valor, which is a federal crime on top of all the other federal crimes listed. Which, if convicted, you won't even be going to a state jail. You'll be going to a federal prison. Kind of like Alcatraz, you'll be going to. But not really Alcatraz.
Or San Quentin.
The fuck?
I phased through you.
All my windows are fine. What busted on my car? Anywho, I could get all of those charged onto you. And trust me, knowing you won't do good in a federal prison. Because you claim, oh, you're tough and all this. Everyone claimed they tough until you're in a prison, whether it be state or federal prison.
I mean, if I really wanted to, I would just say, meet me at this location. I'll prove you who's tough and who's not.
Because Adapted, I know for a fact, you'll cry within the first 5 minutes of you being in that prison, claiming that you're innocent and you shouldn't be there.
Now, innocence, like, for instance, I robbed a store, or someone robbed a store, and I was in the area and I had the same description, but it wasn't me, and I was caught on security camera. That's believable. If they find out your alibi and it doesn't match up, then that's different. But the only reason why you say you're innocent is because the justice system didn't look at it right, and they just threw you under because the justice system just sucks.
Alright, I'm fish. Adapted? I still have that recording of you and Zoe Redbird saying that what snitches get and something else get is bullets and talk about, well, my exes. You're saying that she deserves bullets. I also have that recording.
You know what's funny? You said that live on your channel too. Guess what happened to it? We recorded it and it got taken down.
And before I
And
got...
then, YouTube got a strike for it. You got a strike from YouTube for it.
Alright, let me finish up. Stop interrupting me real quick. I still have that recording on my phone. Not just my phone, I still have the screenshots. Because I backed it up and I sent to 3 other people in the group. So so if I need to, I could just straight up be like, "Hey yo, send me that send me that proof of what Ghost had, or not what Ghost said, what that had said to about Sassy." So I forwarded that voice message to 3 other people, as well as saved it on my phone. So, you're not so slick, dude.
We have what's called receipts, and when we have receipts, we then back up the receipts. And some of us are smart enough to record before anyone joins the party. And then if that time goes up, because normally it only lasts for an hour, we then restart our recording, so then we have a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Etc. So,
and sometimes some of us just not
hours, probably years of footage of me threatening people.
And here's the thing, not just that, but some of us are smart enough to record via YouTube live stream, but set that shit to private.
Just in case.
Because I know once you set to private, no one can join that stream.
Unless it's your members. If people join through your membership, then that's the only way they can.
Not even them. Because like if it's set to full private, no one can join it.
Oh, I'm thinking of unlisted.
Yeah, unlisted, I know for a fact they can, but on full private, no one can view it.
I was thinking of unpublished.
But I did some of that one day, and I was, ironically enough, you had actually said, no one record this before you started throwing people, and I was recording at the time. Not just on phone, but I was also recording via YouTube because I was doing a live stream that day. And somewhere amidst all that footage that I still have, dead. Definitely dead. Definitely gone. Anyway, out of all the footage that I have, somewhere I know for a fact it's still up there. And you got mad at me for one day and you told me to take it down. I told you no. Because I want everyone to see the true side of you. And you try to play the victim card on multiple occasions. Nah, motherfucker. That victim card's going to end. I'm done of you playing the victim card and paying yourself to be the victim and making everyone else around you look like the jerk.
The only way you play a victim card is if something good and bad happened to you. Then you can play victim. Like for me, I had a bad childhood. That's all I gotta say. I can play victim and say that. Andrew knows what happened in my childhood. He was there for half.
You don't get to play victim at all. Because you're always the aggressor.
I don't choose to be the aggressor unless it comes down to it.
That night when I had a killer headache and I couldn't hear a member speak because you and 3 other people were screaming at each other and I told you guys nicely twice to shut up. And it was even a rude shut up. I told you guys twice nicely, you guys please stop screaming, I can't hear and I have a headache.
I also claim I can't hear, and I'm talking to Panzer and another member that you were trying to do a scene with, and everybody was basically baiting is what they were doing here.
No, this was before RP even, this was before RP started.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about that, and then him being like...
But Anyway, no, let me finish real quick, and then you can say what you need to say. After I asked twicely for everyone to stop screaming nicely, I got fed up, and that's when I showed my true side of everyone shut the fuck up and quit goddamn screaming. In which you responded with, shut the fuck up, mind your own goddamn business, and you don't need to fucking scream and be a dick to everybody. Ironically enough, you claim that I'm an asshole to everyone, but more specifically you.
So you were an asshole.
I had a true reason to be an asshole, specifically more to you than everyone else, because you were a dick and an ass to me constantly, dude. And there's actually a day you actually verbally threatened my family. And I told you.
Let that shit go because I'm a bigger person.
Here's the thing, I told you you could try lay a hand, but once you step foot in my house with the intent to harm, there is no coming out unscathed, because it's gonna be the words of 911 and you need to bring a body bag. And I'm gonna leave a note with some assembly required.
Here for the magic touch.
You don't go around threatening other people and their families and expect to get away with it. That's not how society works.
100% guaranteed.
Not how this country works. That's not how the entire world works, first of all.
There's gonna be repercussions. You threaten someone, and eventually you're going to threaten the wrong person, and they're either, like I said earlier, gonna lay you out, or they're going to end you to where you won't be a problem. And I don't, as much as I still hate you for what you put me through, I don't want to see you dead. Because I don't wish that upon my enemies, unlike you. As much as, like I said, as much as I hate you for what you put me through so many times by verbally abusing me and shit, I don't want to see you dead. But eventually you're going to mouth off to the wrong person and threaten the wrong person, and they're going to take care of you permanently. And it's
And then I have to be the one to go to that funeral when I told you so not to do it.
And if I ever do attend your funeral because you did that, my exact words were, my exact words to you won't be what I tell you. My exact words were, sure, listen to my advice. Look at you now.
Well, of course your family is going to be there, so he's not going to use any profanity because that's disrespectful.
No.
Anybody doesn't who you are.
No, I may whisper.
He is going to be. Say, I told you so, but you didn't want to listen.
Now I may whisper in your ear and say, "You didn't fucking listen to me. Don't fuck know this is what happens."
Of course,
Sure.
if it's going to be an open casket or a closed casket, if it's an open casket, we're going to whisper in your ear saying, "We told you, dude. We warned you that this was going to happen, and look at you now."
If it's a closed casket, I'm just gonna leave a note saying, "I fucking told you, and you didn't want to fucking listen. So here's what happened. I told you you were going to mouth off to the wrong person. They were going to deal with you, and you said no, the fuck they won't. So it looks like karma caught up to you." I don't want to be. I don't. As much as, like I said, as much as I hate you, I don't want to see you dead.
No one does. No one. Everyone
But
deserves to, even if you've done something stupid like you did, like you have been doing for the past 4 years.
But if.
Violence.
But eventually, it's going to get to the point that you're going to say that to the wrong person, and they're going to take care of you to the point no one's going to have to worry about you. And I know your family doesn't want that. And if your family heard... Here's the thing. If your family heard the way that you talk to everyone and mistreat them... I know
That's online bullying, by the way.
That's cyberbullying. Not even online, that's cyber.
Correction, cyber, I meant to say something.
I know you're... And I know you said you were adopted. I know your biological parents would be ashamed if they saw how you treated other people online. I don't know if your dad who adopted you, I don't know if he's ashamed of what you're doing right now by treating other people online like shit.
I mean, believe me, if we had a chance to tell him everything that you have said, he's gonna look at you different and say, that's not the person I raised. That's going to every parent. A parent's not gonna raise their child to be a bully online. Call, threaten people because sometimes they say the truth to where they need to hear it.
And here's the thing. I say nothing but the truth, the way I see it. And I get treated like shit for it. And I'm like, I'm just saying it how it is, how I see it. And all my other friends, they're like, oh, he's telling the truth exactly how he sees it. I might need to change my ways, or I might lose him as a friend. You over here, let me just be more of an asshole. Like, you need to change your ways, because eventually someone's going to have enough of you. And it's not going to be the prettiest thing.
Like, part of us wishes that if you would have changed your ways like you said you would the last time, we could all be friends and be playing right now. But right now, I don't really necessarily want to play with you right now. Doesn't mean I'm going to unfriend you. And if you unfriend me, then that's just salty because I'm just voicing my opinion. I never said that I'm talking shit. I'm just saying the shit that you have done that has hurt all of us. Yes, you may have apologized, but Panzer doesn't believe that because you didn't even make it more than 24 hours until you betrayed him. And I can see why he doesn't want to be your friend. Doesn't mean I'm going to abandon you, because that's not what true friends do. I'm going to be there for you, but if you don't want my help, then I'm not going to help.
Now, see,
That's going to everyone. If you're not going to show the effort to at least let me in to help you try to be a better person, then why am I even trying to be your friend?
Now,
Believe
see,
me, I want everyone to be friends. I want everything to not be chaotic and toxic, and every time I join a party, everyone's shut the fuck up, blah 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 blah. You're a piece of shit. You're a pussy. Blah 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 blah. At that point, that one day when everyone was yelling at each other, I yelled to the top of my lungs, woke up my girlfriend, and she yelled at me for waking her up. That's how bad everyone pissed me off that night. Then I left the party. Panzer knows hands down, and a couple of them are of our close friends too that we play with, knows if you fuck with Ghost, you're going to suffer the consequences. And what did everyone do? They suffered the consequences, and everyone got the fuck up, and then I left. And Panzer over here had to call me, are you good? I don't fucking know.
alright, let me say what I need to say, because I'm about to end my stream here in a few minutes. But anyway, you claim that I was being a dick. I asked nicely twice, and no one wanted to listen. But you want to be a hypocrite that same night, literally an hour and a half later, because Ghost had burnt his throat with some lasagna. And someone asked, how'd you do that? And you said, that's a fucking stupid-ass question, dumbass.
And then our friend, Wolf, which is another member of both me and Panzer's server, said, oh, he just shoved that bitch in his mouth. But it didn't burn him with his tongue, it just went like that. But the member that asked the question was like, oh, okay. Then Panzer is choked on his own spit. I'm like, okay, how the fuck do you choke on your own spit? And then here goes Adapted again. It's not that fucking hard. Like,
Yes, like, no, that was me. I said, it's really not that fucking hard to do. It's actually quite easy and common. And I wasn't even saying it to be rude. I was genuinely speaking the truth. But the fact that you went off on several people and then you lied about it the very next day after being a fucking hypocrite again.
And what's even surprises me is that even yelling at the member who asked how I burnt my throat, and then 10 minutes later, "I'm done with you." I didn't even think that my member even wanted to accept his friend request. But luckily, that member can defend himself.
And
Because
here,
no offense, he ain't no bitch.
and here's the thing. Adapted. You tell me that I need to treat people with respect or I'm going to be losing more members and friends. But yet, I show nothing but respect, but you wanted to be a jackass.
See, there's a thing here down in South. Show respect, earn respect.
You had been a jackass and a dick the whole night. But when I call you out on it, oh, you're a fucking liar, you're a bitch for it. But the moment I become an asshole, I get called out for it. But when I call you out for yours, I get called a bitch, a jackass, and asshole, a pussy for it. And then immediately started going off on you about your double standards, and then you keep calling me a jackass and a bitch for it. Even though you're the one who came up with double standards. Your double standards are going to end tonight, dude. Your double standards are going to end, and you're going to start treating people with respect. Because with how you treat some of your friends online, including some of your friends from Australia, who I still know how has not stopped being your friend for how you treat him and talk to him.
By the way, the way you talk to him,
Let me finish.
That person from Australia is a minor. You're talking rudely to him.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I need to figure this out before I lose it in my train of thought. Anyway, as I was saying, the guy that you talked to, that you ruthlessly talked to from Australia, you know, there's even people here in America that's online that you talk to ruthlessly. I'm surprised they haven't stopped being your friend and turned their backs on you and shunned you out of their life for good. But eventually, that's going to happen soon. And when it does, my only words to you are, what do we learn? What do we learn? And that's going to be the last words I ever say to you. Because it's going to happen sooner than you fucking think, dude. Because all you do is treat people like shit, berate them, treat them like an ass, and then immediately, when they call you out, you play the victim card like, well, you're being so mean to me, you don't have to be mean, fuck you, I'm leaving the party. No, that's going to end as well. You saying that I'm leaving the party by blaming other people, that's going to end as well. You're going to start taking responsibility for your own actions. Here's what's going to start happening, Adapted, and I know you watch my streams from time to time, and if this comes across your feed, here's what's going to happen. You're going to genuinely apologize to everyone, except for me, because I don't want to talk to you ever again. You're going to quit playing the victim card. You're going to quit playing the victim on everything, because you're not a victim. You're the aggressor. You're going to start treating everyone with respect. You're going to stop treating people like an asshole and like they're trash. you're gonna start showing respect to everybody. Doesn't matter if they're family or not. You're gonna stop being a hypocrite. Because that hypocrite bullshit from last night, that set me off. You're going to learn to talk nice to other people. You're going to learn to not say shit at all. Which is apparently something that you never fucking learn in school.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
And on top of that, I can clearly tell you never learned the golden rule in school. Treat people how you want to be treated. Yes, I treat people like shit. But it's not out of rudeness like shit. Because I joke with everyone being a dick all the time. I pick on like, when someone's saying something, I pick on them, like, yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, I joke, and everyone knows I'm joking, but you take it too goddamn literal. Something crawled up your ass and died, and you need to figure out what the fuck your problem is and resolve that issue. Because clearly you can't take a fucking joke for once in your life. Everyone knows when we're joking, and you're over here taking shit way too goddamn literal. And it's actually starting to infuriate everyone, and we've all noticed that whatever we say, it takes effect on you for some reason, and you lash out on everyone. Like last night, I had 2 witnesses in the party. You had finished saying what you had to say, and you didn't speak for 45 seconds, but with the moment I opened my mouth, you told me to shut the fuck up and you weren't goddamn done talking. That's going to end as well. Because if you want to say something, you're going to say it all in one sentence. So that way no one is confused whether you're done speaking or not. Because I'm pretty sure as soon as I left, because I know Ghost and Lone stayed behind to teach your ass a lesson that you're not going to forget. I have a feeling that Lone and Wolf told you that you had not spoken for 45 seconds, and they genuinely thought that you were done talking until I opened my mouth, and then you went off on me for it. And I know they gave you an earful for it. So you're going to learn to respect everyone. Or you're going to lose a lot more friends than just me. The fact that you claim that I lost a good friend, aka you were never a good friend to me. I was just too blind to see it at the time. All you did was treat me like shit while you treated everyone else like good neighbors. Like, oh, we're just gonna go to the park and have fun, but the moment I try to say something, I get treated like an asshole and I shouldn't even be speaking type bullshit. That's when I started holding all of my words in, and Ghost is like, you want to say something? And I just text the words, no, because every time I try to say something to you, to try to help you out, you just, you treat me like shit. And it's not just me who's noticed it. Some of the people that noticed it, a member that wants to remain anonymous, who I'm not going to say their name, but they are a staff position in my server, and I don't know about Ghost. Brandon. Ghost. Before you left, Colgate and Lone Wolf, and hell, even my online niece has noticed you treat me like shit. We were all just too blind to see how much of a piece of shit you were treating me until after last night. And I don't tell people to unfriend you, unlike you do to me. Because I know you told some people to unfriend me last night. And last night, I was real close to sending a message to a few people of, if you want to unfriend me, go ahead. It wouldn't really bother me. It took everything in my power. Because your words of, you need to treat people with respect or you're going to lose more people and friends. I treat everyone with respect that genuinely deserves that respect. And how you had treated me for the past for the past like 4, 5, maybe 6 years, you didn't deserve that respect. You deserve the respect of Ghost and a few other people, but you didn't deserve my respect. And I know for a fact, every time I got off, you told Ghost that I wish Panzer would show... Not Panzer. You say, I wish Joy would show me more fucking respect because he shows you respect, but he doesn't show me respect. And I know Ghost has told you, well, maybe if you showed Panzer respect, he'll show you respect right back. I know those words were said. How do I know? Because he was on the phone with me when he said that to you. And I remembered that. Last night when they stood up for me, I didn't want them to stand up for me. They did it on their own free will.
What was my time?
6:45. You like I didn't expect them to stand up for me, nor did I want them to stand up for me. But they're my friends, and I know for a fact that if you were talking shit about them, I would have immediately stood up for them. And I'm actually, looking back now, I'm actually grateful that they had my back on this one. Because I may not ask for help, but last night they genuinely saw that I needed that help and someone to be there for me. And you also weren't, because you wanted to talk mad shit about me. Which is fine. Because like I said, I didn't genuinely accept your apology. Because I knew that betrayal was going to happen. 22 hours and 23 minutes is all it took for that betrayal. And I knew it was going to happen. I had texted Ghost that night. I have a feeling I'm going to get betrayed tomorrow. Ghost said, no you won't. And guess what? I was right. Because when I have a gut feeling about something, it latches on and does not let go until I know for a fact I'm right or I'm wrong. And most times, I'd say 8 or 9 times out of 10, it happens to be right. And it wasn't just Ghost who I sent that message to. It was also Lone who I sent that message to of, I have a feeling I'm going to get betrayed tonight. And I have a feeling that he's going to betray me tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. I don't know when, but I have a feeling. And guess what? Your phone call, literally right before that video went up of me calling you out, was when I found out that I was right on that one.
One thing I find very upsetting that I still don't forgive you on is that calling out my little sister for being a bitch. That pissed me off. Why every time when you join the party, I say to myself, talks about my sister again. But luckily, that was only one or 2 times that you said something. And the second time, I'll let you know straight up, don't talk about my sister. Don't talk about anybody's family. I guarantee if you talk about someone's family, or any of their friends, they're either going to speak up for you or they're going to march out to your house. Fuck out. That's what's going to happen. Like
And
he said
here's the
earlier,
thing.
until you fuck with, you're going to fuck with the wrong person, and you're going to get hurt for it.
And here's the thing.
So you better change your ways, bro. That's all I got to say.
And here's the thing before I end this video, because this is the last thing I have to say. I remember you talking shit about my sister. Because I actually, it was right when Ghost and another member had joined the party. And what you had said about my sister and my niece genuinely hurt. And Ghost and the other member, as well as Brennizer, had, right when you said that, I said okay and just left. And right when Ghost had called me, I was highly emotional. And that's when he added you to the call. I was muted and he ripped into you. Into 2 Sundays from that day. And every time you tried to speak, he said, nope, shut the fuck up, I'm in the middle of talking. You're going to goddamn listen. Because he was furious. Because here's the thing. He's heard my sister. And even though me and her fight a lot, me and her still care about each other, and he knows that. And there was one day that she needed my help with something. I helped her out. And the fact that you talked mad smack about her, and then you got your ass handed because of it, you got what deserved for you on that one. And you tried to tell me about it, and I said, no, you're not going to come to me for help on that one. You deserved every bit of that came your way. And you thought that I was being a jerk, but no, you had talked mad about my sister and my niece, and so you deserved it. So you're gonna quit talking. That's another thing you're gonna do, is you're gonna quit talking mad smack about other people. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Later on today, or maybe soon, I don't know exactly when, I'm going to upload a video about what happened in Wyoming. So stay tuned for that. If you have if children are out of school for whatever reason, not saying that they are, but if they are, don't have them in the room when I talk about what happened in Wyoming, because that video is going to that video is not made for kids. I'm just gonna say that right now, because from the videos that I've watched, including a dash cam footage of a truck driver who had to kick down his own windshield, it's heartbreaking, and I'm going to honor the memories. And I'm gonna, when I start off the video, once I do my introduction, I'm going to say that I want to give a silent prayer out to those who were affected and those who tragically lost their lives that day. If you guys already know, I'm going to get more research in, but if you guys know what happened, congratulations, because I know it made news. If not, and it's not something to be congratulating on, it's actually upsetting. But most people say, oh, it doesn't affect me, so I don't have to worry about it. But those people who lost their lives, their families aren't going to be seeing them again. The only time their families are going to see them again is if it's an open casket, which I don't think it would be. But if it's an open casket, that's the only way their families are going to see them for one last time before they have to start looking at photographs. But I'll talk to you guys later in the next video. If you like this video and want to see me make more videos about untrue friends, let me know, because I have a feeling that this little situation between me and Adapted is not going to be over yet, and I have a feeling about it. But if you guys want to see more gaming videos like I do, like Armored Forger or 76 or whatever, let me know down in the comments. But I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.
So what now?